All right, guys, it's Andy here, and we're going to talk about the exciting topic of photography, gloves, and mittens. Everybody's favorite mystery, right? The reason is there's so much to choose from, and I'm going to try to take some of the mystery out of it, okay? Let's start from the biggest, warmest, most amazingly crazy thing I've ever seen. These are from Mountain Hardwear. They're made of Gore-Tex, and they've got down insulation. It's like putting a sleeping bag on your hands, but I can't really use my camera, can I? So this is good for when you're out in nature and it's really cold, like think Yellowstone in January or Mongolia in February, that kind of cold, but it's not for when you're using your camera. Enter a company called Valorette, which you guys have heard us talk about a lot. They make some purpose-built gloves and mittens for photographers. So here's another very big, very substantial mitten meant for photographer. Why? Because it's got this little slide out here that I can just put my hands through and operate my camera with if I want. Some people like that, some people don't. I don't really like it, but again, if your objective is to stay warm and be able to use your camera, this is certainly an option. It snaps back and out of your way, and you can get your thumb out even and operate all the little dials that you need to on the camera. So, you know, this is definitely very useful. Oh, it also has a little pocket for an extra battery, which is good, and you can have plenty of room for your hand warmers in here. So, Valorette makes these. Another set that I like that's really useful is meant for like snowmobilers and serious outdoor, winter outdoor people. This is from a company called Outdoor Research. And they're, again, some big substantial gloves that will keep you dry if it's wet and break the wind, cheek the wind if it's windy. But look what you can do if you want with these. You can pull out, and there's a mitten inside that you can then operate your camera with. So it's really a double layer, which is kind of cool. If it's not wet and not too cold, you can just use these. And if it's snowing or windy and you're riding a horse or a motorcycle or a dog sled or otherwise not using your camera, you can put these on and you have a lot of super protection. I kind of have also set these up in super warm, less warm, a little less warm progression as we go through. Now let's get into some gloves. And again, these are from Valorette. These are really warm gloves, and they are meant for photographers because you can take your fingers out and operate your camera with these two little finger flaps. And they're really warm. They've got little synthetic grippy rubbery parts that let you grip the camera easy. They've got a pocket here to put one of the hand warmer packets to keep your hands really warm. So some of you may decide that this is good enough. I would say this type of glove is good for a lot of shooting in really, really cold weather, down to even 0 degrees Fahrenheit or below 0 Fahrenheit. And they're really warm. So you can get these from Valorette with Munch Workshops. Check it out, write us. We have a little discount that you can get if you use the right code. There's the company name. I'll just kind of show it to you. All right, I like these. But before all this fancy stuff, I just had all the stuff that we've used forever, guys, and I want to just show you some of my favorite gloves that I use. These are some knit gloves. They keep me warm, let me use my camera, but I can't really change the dials, but I can operate the shutter button and hold my camera with this. And a lot of times I will shoot just by taking my glove off, picking up the camera, shooting, and then putting a glove back on. And I've been using gloves like this forever, as I'm sure have you. Another set similar, but a little more water resistant and a little warmer. These are sort of traditional skier type gloves that again will keep you warm, but you're not going to be able to do any of the fine button kind of stuff. So, but I carry these too, just in case. Something I keep in my camera backpack always is 2 pairs of things. A light pair of just gloves to keep me warm, just in case, right? These are thin and would be used in 30 or 40 degree weather, but not for very long. I keep those, and then I have pair of glove liners, which are sold by Valorette. And these are super thin, and they add an additional layer of warmth. First of all, they can be used on their own, but I'll show in a minute. So in light wind or lightly, not too cold weather, you can use these just on their own. But if you added them to a big mitten like this, now you've got an extra super degree of warmth inside this already warm mitten. Another thing, and the reason I like them is, let me take them off. You can see that they fold up into nothing, and I can put them in my pack. I've got another pair. These are quite popular. You guys see these for sale everywhere. They're the kind of gloves that are meant that you can wear and also operate your phone at the same time. So they've got the little touch screen, tactile bit that you can use your phone with. Some people like these. Again, they're thin and light and cheap, and you can get them anywhere. I carry these as just an extra spare set of gloves. The last ones are my favorites. I got these in Mongolia. These were about $2 US. They're handmade knit wool mittens from Mongolia, and I just keep these in my camera bag so that I'm never gonna be cold.